Welcome to our week 4 of the digital training, online training session organized by the Cybersafe Foundation. I'm Engineer Faith Edu, your resource person. This week, we'll be looking at several topics, and for this class, we are still on soft skills. We've been on soft skills since week 3, and we've looked at several topics in soft skills in week 3. This week, we have several others to look at. But for this class, we shall be looking at digital entrepreneurship. And first, we have introduction to digital entrepreneurship. First question, what is digital entrepreneurship? What do we understand by the term digital entrepreneurship? Digital entrepreneurship is said here to be a term that describes how entrepreneurship will change as business and society continue to be transformed by digital technology. Digital entrepreneurship highlights changes in entrepreneurial practice, theory, and education. Once upon a time, we know what entrepreneurship is all about: buying and selling, running of businesses. Once upon a time, virtually everything as regards entrepreneurship was done physical. Like, you need to go to the market, you have to physically go to the market, the physical market, buy whatever it is you want to buy, and go back. So the seller must go to a designated place. The buyer must go to that designated place to transact business with the seller of any product he or she wants. Now, in digital entrepreneurship, you don't have to go to a particular location. Everything is done digitally, online. You just need to be able to have data to access the internet. So from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your office, or from the comfort of wherever you may be, you just need to link up to the internet, to a particular website that you want to carry out business from or with, and you transact your business digitally. So that is what digital entrepreneurship is talking about. So we shall be looking at the changes in entrepreneurial practice, theory, and education. In fact, even talking about education, what we are doing now is still part of enhancing education digitally. So if I were to charge for this class, then it will become a business and it can be termed digital entrepreneurship. Now, on a practical level, digital entrepreneurship opens up new possibilities for anyone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur. So many of us have taken advantage of these opportunities to actually transact businesses online. I know I have taken advantage of that as well. Some opportunities are more technical, but many others are within reach for anyone who learns the basic skills of digital entrepreneurship. Then we say some are technical, but others are within reach. They are simple as just posting your products or your services online. Put it on your status, your WhatsApp status, your Facebook stories, your Instagram stories. Just put it somewhere out there in any of the social media, the social media outlets, and then people, you advertise more or less like advertising your goods and services, what you can do, what you have to offer for a price. Then people patronize you. So that is you carrying out digital entrepreneurship. These basic skills include finding new customers online, prototyping new business ideas, and improving business ideas based on data. We're talking about, we say there's some opportunities are more technical, but many others are within reach for anyone who learn the basic skills of digital entrepreneurship. The basic skill we are now referring to here as including new customers, how to find new customers online, and then prototyping new business ideas and improving business ideas based on data. Now, let's be looking at SWOT analysis. For me, some of us have heard about SWOT analysis before, especially if you've had any class in project management, you must have heard about SWOT analysis. It's a decision-making tool. Now, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT analysis implies the parts you are good at and factors that need improvement. Remember, I was talking about digital entrepreneurship. You must be able to make the right decision for you to be able to transact your business online digitally. So a personal SWOT analysis can be the same for an individual in pursuit of their career. So SWOT analysis is not just like, it's something that you can do personally, not just for a big business. So you can have your own personal SWOT analysis for any aspect of your life that you are considering at a particular time. It provides insight based on your personality, strengths, and weaknesses. What challenges you see ahead of you and what opportunities are present around you now and in the future. Now, when conducting a personal SWOT analysis, think about what you want out of it. You want a new job or a new achievement in your current position? Are you looking for personal growth, or do you want to try something new? These are all the questions, some questions you might have to ask when conducting a personal SWOT analysis. Now, we'll be looking at branding me as a digital entrepreneur. There must be something about you that should make you stand out from amongst the others. We have many, several digital entrepreneurs out there. So, and some might actually be offering the same services as you are offering. So, what should make you stand out is what we are going to be talking about here, branding me as a digital entrepreneur. One of the world's richest, Jeff Bezos, famously say, your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. In today's digital world, succeeding as an entrepreneur means building a visible, impactful social brand. I already said you must be distinct. They are mentioned here that you must be visible, you must be impactful. People should be able to feel your impact, the impact of your brand for you to succeed as a digital entrepreneur. A personal brand is defined as attaching monetary value to a person as opposed to a business, service, or product. A personal brand is defined as attaching monetary value to a person as opposed to a business, service, or product. When an entrepreneur's personal brand is adequately developed, it spells true thought leadership. Compound that with social media marketing, and that personal brand becomes influential. For instance, if I build a personal brand that is of a high standard, now the service I offer, someone else might offer exact or even more of that service, but because I've already built up my brand becomes, it stands out, and more value is added to it, because personally my brand is high, and automatically that means more value has been added. So whatever service I have to offer, automatically there will be more value offered to that service. Now, let's say I have a fashion store, and I have a personal brand I've already built for myself, and I've built a very high personal brand with a high value attached to it. Then I set up that store, and my name is well known based on how I have built myself as a brand. Now, by the time I advertise my product out there, by the time I advertise my designs out there, the cost for which people will pay for my design will be different from that of somebody with a low personal brand. The cost for my brand will be higher than the cost for the person with a low personal brand. So that's what personal branding here is talking about, and how it can impact your business. So we are still talking about branding me as a digital entrepreneur. As a digital entrepreneur, you have to define your focus, think hard about your personal brand, find the right resources, including time management. Know, understand, love, and commit to your personal brand. Lastly, develop a marketing strategy for your personal brand. We have so many businesses that are not doing so well. People cannot actually offer good services, but their personal branding is very low. So because their personal branding is low, they are not out there. People don't really affiliate. A lot of people don't even know the worth of their services, because Your personal brand speaks for you first before your businesses follow suit. So that is why branding me as a digital entrepreneur is actually very important. Then lastly, like they say, they develop a marketing strategy for your personal brand. You must be able to develop a marketing strategy for your personal brand. Remember, we are talking about digital entrepreneurship, how to carry out business online using digital technology. So you must be able to develop a marketing strategy that best suits you, that best suits your personal brand. You go on Instagram, you see so many examples of people that have branded themselves, branded their personal brand, and you see their products. Sometimes you go through a particular page and then you see a product of a particular, the same level with another, but different values are attached to them. Now, why is the value for this one different from the value for the other one? Is the personal branding of the designer here. So one designer has branded herself or himself very high up there, while the other person is low. So the value for both products, even though they might be the same, differs. Now, we're looking at bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is very important. Remember, we are still talking about digital entrepreneurship. That means we are talking about business. And when we're talking about business, you must consider bookkeeping because there must be records of financial transactions. If you cannot keep records of financial transactions, you'll not be able to track your sales, and you cannot be able to track your sales. You'll not be able to determine whether you're making profits or losses. So bookkeeping is very, very important. Bookkeeping is the process of keeping track of every financial transaction made by a business firm, from the opening of the firm to the closing of the firm. You open in the morning, you have your book, every transaction that comes in, you take it down, including the timing, every little detail of the transaction is taken down to the close of the firm. Probably you might need to reconcile, and then you carry over to the following day. Now, depending on the type of accounting system used by the business, each financial transaction is recorded based on supporting documentation. For instance, if I have to give out money, there should be something to show what I'm giving out that money for. I shouldn't just give out money and just put there, oh, I gave out money. Let's say I have to pay for fueling of generator. And then I should not just give out the money vaguely, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 naira for fueling. No, there should be a supporting documentation. For instance, there can be a requisition for that, requesting for that money for fueling. It should be there, and that requisition can serve as a supporting documentation. And there can also be receipts for the fuel purchase. So the receipts gotten from the fuel purchase can also be considered as supporting documentation for that transaction. So it's not enough to just put down the raw data. There should be supporting documentation to back it up. Like I said, that documentation may be a receipt, an invoice, a purchase order, or some similar type of financial record showing that the transaction actually took place. So that even if you're not there, let's say someone is managing your business for you, you will be assured of the credibility of whoever is running the business. If somebody just put vaguely 2,004 or 5,000, how are you sure that the person actually bought fuel of 2,000 or 5,000? How are you even sure the person even bought fuel at all? Probably there was light and there was no need for the generator, but because you're not there to track and no proper record was kept, you just be fleeced of your profits. So it's very important that we take bookkeeping very, very important in our business, even if it is the digital entrepreneurship. Don't say because it's online, there's no need to keep, you must keep track of your sales because you're actually expending money to put together your products. So whatever expenses you make, you must take them down, and then as you make your sales, you also record. That way you can be able to balance your, you know, that you're actually making profit or not. Traditionally, bookkeeping involves physically recording the business day-to-day transaction in a journal or date, hence the name bookkeeping. However, technology has developed and many businesses employ the use of spreadsheets. We talked about spreadsheets in our digital literacy class, sample of apps that uses spreadsheet. We mentioned as the Google Sheet and Microsoft Excel. So these are sample of apps that uses spreadsheet. Now, you can employ the use of spreadsheet, accounting, or bookkeeping software. The process has developed as well. So we have technology that can help you instead of writing on using paper and pen or ink to paper. You can as well just type in your data on spreadsheet or any accounting software of your choice that you wish to utilize for this purpose. Therefore, bookkeeping can encompass a variety of tasks from basic data entry in the software platform to working with certified public accountant, depending on the extent of the business you're running. We have people that are running mega businesses digitally online. Facebook itself is a huge business owned by someone we know, Mark Zuckerberg, right? So you must have certified public accountants that are keeping tracks, keeping records of every transaction that goes on the Facebook. You know, people use Facebook to market, people use Facebook to advertise and do stuff. So all of these people pay money to Mark, and then whatever monies that are being paid must be recorded somewhere. I don't know, of course, the technology of putting together a platform like Facebook involves money as well, and maintaining it so that it keeps running involves money as well. So these people also, this certified accountant must also be keeping records of what it takes to keep the app running. So at the end of the day, they can reconcile and know whether, oh, is Mark really making profit or loss from this platform? Maybe one day you can just decide that, oh, I'm not really benefiting from Facebook anymore. Let me sell it off or shut it down. Just can happen. So that's why bookkeeping is very important, and we can keep our books either through the traditional way of writing and into paper, or we type our data into spreadsheet or any other app that can be utilized for doing so. Now, networking for profit. Networking for profit often involves network marketing. Network marketing is a business model that depends on person-to-person sales by independent representatives. You know, so what is networking? Essentially, it is about forming and then nurturing relationships of mutual trust and respect with other business professionals. You know, forming and then nurturing relationships of mutual trust and respect with other business professionals. Hence, the often quoted expression, networking is about farming and not hunting, because it's about nurturing. You know, you form and then you nurture. Therefore, your attitude when networking is all important. You know, if your attitude is not positive, you will not be nurturing that relationship. If your attitude is not positive, there will be a lack of trust, there will be a lack of respect from the other party. And when the other party does not trust you, then they cannot entrust you with their businesses as well. So attitude is very important. How do you start taking advantage of business networking? How do you start taking advantage of business networking? Well, you should start by formulating a strategy or a positioning statement. You don't just get up. You should formulate a strategy. Think about it, plan it out, or a positioning statement. What do you stand? What does your brand represent? This product, what does it represent? Who does it stand for? What does it speak for? So this must include a fundamental element of what you can offer, your product or service, the target group it is aimed at, and what end benefit it delivers to that group. You must have this information prior to you commencing your networking. By doing this, you can clearly identify who you need to network with, as well as who might help you make this contact when you define this, so that you don't just spread your seed and raise them. You know the right soil to plant your seed, that it can grow and yield fruit. So that is that for introduction to digital entrepreneurship. I am sure you have learned a thing or two when it comes to digital entrepreneurship. This is very important because we have entered a phase of world that is digitally inclined. There is no going back to it. So, and then we have to evolve alongside so that we can make best use of the opportunities that the digital world has, has given us to grow our businesses and other aspects of our life as well. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this class. See you in the next class. Again, my name remains Engineer Faith Edu, the resource person for this training session.